Yo, what's up, fam? Sorry for the late start here. Had some technical difficulties with the new camera. We're back rolling. Let's get after it, huh? Let's freaking get after it. Let me move this over. We'll go rapid fire here, get everything ready to go in terms of a watch list. I already have my watch list, but going through a watch list for you. Um, all right. Let's see what we can do. Let me also share this. Who's all here this morning? Roll call, roll call. Who's all here? Put me in the chat if you're here. Goose morning. Dawson's here. Goose morning. Goose. I love it. All right, let's see what we can find today. David Dalton, welcome. Parker, John, Christopher Taylor, love it. Obviously, some people up here earlier, so it's awesome. There's a lot of gap ups. I do have some potential, like maybe some SD plays. Like this is a potential SD play. Might be a short term swing. Let me just see if there's any TLM real quick. I don't think there was. Maybe Nvidia's short. Maybe. Boeing short too. Possible Oracle. All right, let's look back at Apple. So let's break down Apple here, right? So what has Apple done? Right? What has Apple done? Okay. High. This is just simple market structure. Okay, I'll get right into it. High, low, high, also supply, lower, low. Okay, we then form a lower high, a higher low in this region. Okay, it looks like we're breaking this 237.29 high, right? All right, let me just shut off this pivot point here. That's going to give us the break of structure that we're looking for, right? That's going to give us that change in trend that we really want to see to know that price is going to continue up, right? at least to this supply area right here, to 243, right? And we can identify that this low here, right, while formed a lower high, right, formed a lower low, a higher low. And then once we take out this high, this now becomes what? It now becomes what? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. It now becomes what? Put it in the chat. It now becomes a strong low. All right. It now becomes a strong low. So again, a strong low is a logical place to put our stop right there. Boom. Okay. So now I'm looking for a trade somewhere like this. However, I need to see, we can go up to like a 15-minute here. I need to see these highs, this supply zone really be taken out. Okay. And really more like this high right in here, right in this green candle here. Right. That's what I want to see get taken out. Okay. It looks like we are, right? And then all I have to wait for is a nice little pullback to get a good risk reward. And I have a great swing trade setup, right? It's perfect. It's perfect. Now it may not get filled till later today. I may not even enter it, right? But the setup is perfect, right? Exactly what we want to see. Exactly what we want to see. All right. Is there anything specific that you guys are looking at this morning? Oh, TLM. I was like, why is it not loading? Yeah, that's why. All right. NVIDIA closed gap. So NVIDIA, I could look at potential longing as well. So obviously I could play it both ways. Well, really, look at this, y'all. Gosh dang. Sometimes TLM can kind of throw that off. So if we look just supply and demand, right, we have high, low, lower high, lower low, we break it, right? We then pull back and then look at how price is reacting, right? So if you were to enter at a 50%, look at that sniper trade you would have had. Target up to the high. Yeah, so if it's a swing trade, like I mentioned, you want to give yourself, I would recommend a minimum of a week, minimum, right? I expect this trade to take, by the end of the week. So I'll probably do next Friday expiration. If for some reason I was, let's say I was targeting, this high, 247, I probably would look at doing like in a month. But yeah, with this setup right here, next Friday expiration would be good. And I want to enter around 236 or so. Yeah, I want to enter around 236. And this telling me that there's no more sellers here. It looks really strong. Let's look at Qs. Not much of a day trade setup right now. I don't really see anything here that I love. Honestly, we are coming up into so what are we right now? Like in the short term, we're in a downtrend, right? We're clearly making lower lows. We do have some supply up in here that we're kind of creeping into. So we could look at a potential, let's say that's our move, right? Stop under the high, back down, and short it back down. We could look at doing that. But yeah, it is touching supply, but that's like the only thing I really see. Now, again, one thing that you could do is you could just short supply blindly, put your stop above, the supply zone, target, a 2R, 3R. You could. Win rates, it's about 50%, right? So you'll need to take like 20 trades to see a return because of probability. Like you could lose the first 8 and then win the next 12, right? Or sorry, lose the first 10, win the next 10. But this is something I would be cautious just straight up shorting supply because look how strong that move up was. If we would have just kind of trickled, kind of like that, like then I would probably just short it, right? But that speed, the speed of that move, really shot price up to that supply. That tells me that buyers down here are strong, right? And so you don't really want to get caught just between like shorting and longing between these two zones, right? Because that's a pretty fast move down too. It's kind of hard to read. Yeah, video would have worked. It would have ripped to upside too. I didn't even look at it that way, but we can have a nice balance zone too. Look at that. Let me erase this. On a 30-minute, solid balance. I might get swing long on NVIDIA too. Might be about that time, boys and girls. Giving away a lot of sauce. Keep NVIDIA on the watch list as well. For a potential balance play. All right. I'm going to set up the OCO here for a nice little pullback. So I'm going to look again from strong low to high. I don't need that big of a pullback. Let's look at. So do next Friday. Want to do an in the money play. I'll do estimated close date on Friday. So a $4 stop. 234. 230, 233. Probably like 2 contracts probably. Yeah, that should be good. And then order rule mark at or below. We'll just go ahead and do 236.25. How about that? And then I'll have that good GTC. There we go. So I got that OCO set up, waiting to trigger. No, NVIDIA long, it hasn't already triggered. But it is looking amazing for potential balance, bro. I might just swing this like this. I for real think I will. Stop down here. Yeah, like a what? 1 to 2 hour trade. Yo, sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties with the new camera. It was not freaking connecting, and I didn't want to have the side profile again. Yeah, let's go ahead and again. I'm gonna go ahead and look at NVIDIA longs right now. Put my stop below this low. So stop is going to be $3.59. I'm going to do about a month out. Let's just see. No, sorry, end of month, 16 days should be good. And the money there, it's a $4 stop. Let's just say it takes till, in a week. Let's just say it takes into next week, Monday. We're looking at a 350. Yeah, we could look at doing 2 contracts there as well. So let's ride this one as well. I'm going to go ahead and market enter that one. So let me post that in the community here so that everyone sees it. Yeah, that's going to be good. It's a big good one. No, I just saw Tanner posted kind of the same thing he posted on the 4 hour for Apple. That's funny. I love when we're all looking at the same crap. So obviously I want to see a pullback here. We may not get it, right? Sometimes it just goes, but with this stop, I can't really enter up here. I don't have a good risk reward, right? And I don't want to put my stop in no man's land up here, right? So just got to be patient. Just got to be patient is all. Just got to be patient a little bit. And it could be something that gets filled tomorrow, right? Who knows? I do have it GTC. Good to cancel. Yes, sir. Nice. You're up big right now, Parker. I love it. think that's everything I really need to look at. So yeah, got in an Nvidia swing, looking for an Apple swing right now. Obviously, normally day trade on this, but just with all the gap ups, it's kind of hard to find a really good day trade. Um, Nvidia was a potential good TLM short, but obviously it had other plans. Larger term balance there, so I want to respect that over the lower time frame TLM for sure. And not really seeing much else, unless if I'm just like overlooking a banger, but um, yeah, bro, everything that was PPI CPI. I think I talked about it last week. Yeah, CPI. Yeah, PPI was yesterday. Yeah, I talked about that last week. Um, you never know what's gonna happen, right? Like it's completely random. News could be great, market tanks. News could be bad, market pumps. It doesn't doesn't really correlate to anything. But yeah, everything gapping up, everything looking strong right now. Hopefully, rest of 2025 we're looking strong, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Loving the swings. It's been a while. Been a while for the lives to have a swing for sure. Um, yeah, Nvidia will be interesting. Yeah, and typically Parker, that stuff like that is priced in, but that's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. I wouldn't do switching for you. Oh, let me check Nvidia. Let me sure there's no earnings coming up. Okay, yeah, we should be good. That's what you always want to look at when you swing. You want to look for upcoming earnings. Um, you don't want to swing into earnings or even mess with it. Not only is there extra volatility, but if you're doing options, there's going to be there's not only is there volatility due to the earnings, but there's also IV implied volatility, and with options, it can really hurt your contract. So, just something to remember. Yeah, we got plenty of time for both of these. Yeah, no worries. Balance theory trades tend to take a little bit longer. Um, that's why I did, instead of next Friday, I did the following Friday, so end of the month. So just be mindful of that too. I do expect this trade to take until next week, like maybe a Monday, hopefully with a gap up on Monday. But again, just something to be mindful of when you're looking at sizing, right? Don't go in thinking, oh yeah, it's only a $3 stop. I can do 10 contracts, but in a week from now, those aren't going to be worth much. I got the 133 strike. So in a way, TLM is trend trading, right? Like all trading should be with the trend, right? And also Apple is trend trading too. Like this is also trend trading, right? That's trend trading, right? Um, not necessarily is it. I would honestly recommend that. I mean, depends on what you mean by low budget, right? But if you're talking as FinViz, then yeah, using like the swing settings, yes, that would be the easiest way. Um, because it's going to be easier to calculate your risk that way. If you're trading like Forex or something, or even shares, it's going to be a little bit easier. You could probably just trade simple supply and demand. But again, it depends on what your budget is, right? Like if your budget is 1,000, you can easily do TLM. If your budget's 200, it's going to be kind of hard to do anything in terms of options. Like your best bet is probably futures or forex, because you can really control your size, or partial shares, I guess. It's going to be hard to see a return. But yeah, I mean, if you have at least $1,000, bro, like I would recommend, options and TLM. Like that would be my number one recommendation, because you're not moving things overnight. Or you're always out, early in the day. You should be out in the first hour, really. Um, you can buy cheaper contracts because you can buy same week expiration contracts, except for Friday, by next week. And it allows you to, really be able to, hey, if you're wrong, you only risk probably $200 on that trade. You can go get another one, and win, right? Break even on the day. So, uh, yeah, Alec, that BOS was a little weak. It was. It was a little weak this year. I mean, this was actually strong, but the high relative to what it broke was relatively a lower quality high, I would say. But ideally, you'd want to see a potential close inside, which I think we'll get here, or a break above this high and a pullback. Um, no, I mean that would be probably the best bet. Wait for a break of this high, and then if we pull back, you get it right, because that's going to save you a little bit of time on expiry too, or expiration too. But you can see with this volume here, man, like golly, that's a lot of buying pressure right there. Right. So I like it. I like it right now. I think it's fine. Same thing here. Looks like we are getting a little bit of a pullback there. That's good news. Good news there. No, will not work on the Saudi market, man. It only works on US stocks and futures, and only on regular trading hours. I'm not sure either, Neil. Why did you short Nvidia? To get spanked. Oh man. Yeah, dude, it did look like a sinker for a second, bro. I'm telling you. But it didn't even get inside. It didn't even get inside. Oh, I see. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. I see. Yeah. Let's coach you up here. So, right, what do we have right in the middle of this TLM? Right? It's not a bad. I get your guys' mindset here. Um, it's light because it's not 9. Um, so again, there is a fresh demand zone right there, right? What is like supply and demand trading 101? Do not short into demand and long into supply, right? So if we're looking at, if we're looking at this trade and I short here, what am I shorting into? Right? Fresh demand. I'm shorting into fresh demand, right? That's a big no-no. What you'd want to see is, okay, we have the high, okay, we have the low, okay, that breaks demand. You'd like to see a pullback. You'd like to see a break, another pullback to enter, right? Typically, when this happens and we have a supply or demand zone right smack dab in the middle of a trade or inside of TLM, it's very rare that this perfect setup occurs, right? It's very rare. It can happen, but it's very rare because there's a lot of variables that need to happen, right? We need to come down and take out demand without rotating all the way down, right? We then need to, have a pullback that is good enough to where we can put a stop, right? It's at least 50% or more from this high. Okay. We then need that high to break the low to identify that it's strong. Okay. We then need another pullback for a good risk to reward, right? So it's very, very limited in the possibilities of that actually. It would work almost 100% of the time, but actually be able to translate into a trade because there's so many things that need to align, right? So again, just be careful. Again, just tell yourself, look at it, look at a 5, look at a 15-minute. Is there something blocking me from rotating to the other side of TLM? If so, wait for that roadblock to be removed, right? Don't get caught just looking at the 1 minute. But I mean, the 1 minute would tell you the same picture. But again, just remember this, right? If there is something blocking me from my target, wait until price eliminates the block, right? Does that make sense? I might trademark that. That makes sense there. How does Google look if it breaks one? Yeah, BA. Yep, exactly. So you want to wait for price to break this demand, right? And sometimes you can look at a higher time frame. Like sometimes the 1 minute doesn't show you the picture, right? Sometimes the demand zone may be like this, right? Let's just say it's like that. We react now, we pull back, and we come out and break it, right? So to me, that tells me that we've broken that, right? We've broken that. I could probably take this trade if I have a good risk reward, right? I could. It'd be a little bit risky, but I could, right? Uh, let's look at Google. So how does Google look if it breaks 191.90 and then a 50% pullback for a short down to fill gap? Why would I short this? I would not short this. Why? Because we're in an uptrend. Right? That's why. You know how many people probably lost money trying to short back to this gap? I really wonder how many people lost money trying to short back down to that gap. Why would you? We're in a freaking crazy uptrend, right? We haven't made a low. We made a low in September, I guess. We haven't made a lower low since November 1st, 2022. No, sorry, November 4th. We haven't made a lower low on any trend since then. Right? If I went to like the daily chart, look at that. So no, I wouldn't want to short that for sure. For sure, I would not want to short that. I'm also super bullish on Google, and I have a ton of long-term equity in Google. I hate the company, but they're ripping right now. They pay good. They pay good dividends too. Ooh, that's pretty. See where Apple's at. Yeah, we may not get a pullback, boys and girls. Are you in an AMD long as well? Or you mean NVIDIA maybe? You mean NVIDIA? Oh, I gotcha. Typical trader giving out his trade after he's already in the trade and it's already going to target. Just kidding. I'm 99% sure you went over it. Well, you didn't go live yesterday. But no, that's a really good trade, bro. You know exactly who I'm referring to. I woke up early. Woke up early today. So I've been awake. Bro, they're doing good. This is like so freaking nerdy, but I went to like essentially it would like be like a mastermind, but it was a cow calf production mastermind last night. Um, like they had 4 guest speakers. They had a steak dinner, some chocolate cake. Yeah, less than a cake. I only do uh next week expiration on TLM if it's like Thursday or Friday. Um, other than that, I always do weekly. I'm not currently in any TLM, so that's why I'm in further out expiration trades. But yeah, I went to the Kansas research. So they had like let me see if there's like here we go, news and events. I see if it's on here. It's probably off because it was gone. Dang. But I mean, I guess it would be like a meeting, but it's not really a meeting because a meeting is something, in my opinion, a meeting is something that, you're involved in, like you're communicating with, but this would be, I can sort by date. There we go. Let's see if it's on here. It's not on here, dang. But yeah, essentially just have there's 4 guest speakers. You learn about different ways to have, cow calf production, different ways to, increase profit margin with your cows, how to take care of your bulls, how to, if have cattle, what's the word? Reconceive at a better rate, get pregnant again at a better rate, right? It's all based off of, so it's a BCS in cows, body condition score, right? That was something we learned about yesterday. All right, so you want to see your cows in between anywhere from a 5 to a 6, for breeding purposes. Here we go. Look at this. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Hopefully you guys can see this, but yeah, look at this, right? So when your BCS, so this is like the their body condition score, right? If they're in between a 5 and a 6, that means they're you can't see their spine, you can't see their ribs, their brisket is pretty beefy. They have a nice round butt, right? If they're in a 5 and a 6, they're rebreeding. Look at that rebreeding that pregnancy rate, 88 and 89. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Most of our cows are probably 8 and between a 4 and a 5. We are a little bit more dry here, so we don't get a ton of rain, so we got to supplement a little bit, but we don't have any that are 7. But yeah, it's amazing that this matters. Like, what they eat matters in terms of their ability to produce more of them, right? In order to get pregnant and birth and all that stuff. So it's a pretty cool graphic, but yeah, I love that. I love that crap. But then my favorite speaker talked more about the finances behind it and different ways to look at numbers and different costs associated across the state. Because the cattle market has gone up like crazy. Let me just see if I can pull it up. Live cattle. The market has like gone nuts these last basically this year, right? Like look at that. Since 2021 or 2020, since COVID, like it's nuts. It's nuts. But also with that, like he was talking about, yeah, like cows are worth 2, maybe 3x more than they were 2-3 years ago. but your costs have also gone up, right? So you're now spending more to get more, but are your margins increasing, right? Are you actually making more money, or are you still making the same amount of money, right, per cow? So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. But yeah, hey John, if you want some steak, I can probably shoot you over some. I really want to set up a thing where I talked about it last year, where I send out, obviously pay for it or whatever, but send out, grass-fed beef out to people in the mentorship community. But is that something that you would want? If I were able to send you hamburger and steak and ribs and everything, okay. Sean wants it. Okay, cool. Yeah, grass-fed, 100% natural cow talk. Alec knows. Alec's from Nebraska, so Alec knows cow talk. I'll look at getting something set up for you guys. I'll get prices and all that. Yeah, because I'm actually really interested in doing that. Yeah, man. So Neil, this is what I like to see, right? So I want to see. let's say I'm looking for a long, right? I'm looking for a long. I want to see on a higher time frame price in an uptrend. On a lower time frame, price is most likely in a downtrend, right? Because it has to be, right? So if we're in an uptrend, right, in a lower time frame, it's going to be on a downtrend, right? Basically, what this means is I'm waiting for a pullback. Okay. The next thing I want to see is price at or near demand. Okay. Higher time frame demand, that is. Right. I then want to see price react at demand zone, right? So this could be increased volume. Okay. This could be a lower time frame change in trend, right? This could be, a mix of both. It could be other strategies aligning, right? Or like, long-term trust, faith in stock, right? And then I want to just put my stop below a strong low, right? That's what I look for, right? So I want to see higher time frame prices in an uptrend, right? Let's say this is our higher time frame demand. Okay. Then I'm going to change my color here. Right. Then dogs in my face. Then a lower time frame, right, in red here, prices in a downtrend. Right. Boom. So then I want to see price near a higher time frame demand. Okay. We're at demand. Perfect. Okay. I then want to see reaction, right? Reaction could be, like I mentioned, an increase in volume. Where's my rectangle? Increase in volume on this candle here. Okay. So a high volume spike, right? It doesn't have to be green. It just needs to be a high volume spike. Or it could be that lower time frame change in trend that occurs here, right? That occurs there. And then my stop would go below the strong low. It should be there, right? And that's what I want to look for. Does that make sense? Is that helpful to you guys? A lot of sauce. That's a lot of sauce, Neil. but pretty sure you're in our Slack. So, yeah. So Neil, go ahead and just go here. Go to Classroom, Trading Mastery course. There's me. Go to number 7 and go to the strategies overview and watch this video. Like 3 million times watch this video and it'll all make sense. Right? And if anyone else is watching this, right, that doesn't have access to this course, right, that doesn't have access to this, right, and you really want to because you want to be as good of a trader as I am, just kidding, you want to be as profitable as you possibly can be and make a ton of money in the market, right, because the market's only getting better and it's never going away, right? What you need to do is all you have to do is just book a call with me or one of the other coaches on our team, right? I'm going to drop a link in the chat, okay? And we'll talk and we'll go through and see if you're a good fit for our mentorship program, okay? So all you got to do is click right there on that link, go ahead and book a call, and we'll get you set up so you can also have access to this, right? And you can make tons of money. Let me get into my Slack here. You can make tons of money like these people are doing. You can make tons of money just like these people. Boom. Boom. Look at all that profits yesterday. There's nothing better than that, man. There's nothing better than that right there. Look at all that money made yesterday. We're ripping. It's Monday. Absolutely ripping. So again, all you got to do, hey, you bet. All you got to do is just click on that link that I posted right there. Okay. You can also scroll down to my YouTube bio. It should be in there too. If you want to come back and look at it. Let me double check. It should be right. Yeah, it should be right here. You can just click that on demand trading. It will take you right to it. We'll be happy to get you set up, get you taken care of, and help you start making money. I love it, Alec. Thanks, Lou. Thanks, John. And we can talk. And you can get some grass-fed beef. Like, what's better than that? Get you some grass-fed beef. So sweet. Hey, I'm going to end the live stream here. Obviously, it's always fun. My plan for Apple still stands. If truly, if we come up and make a new high, I will probably just pull my OCO. I'll probably just pull it. I don't want to get caught, forgetting about it, and then tomorrow morning we freaking gap down. And I may not, I may leave it, but just be aware of that. If we really start getting up in this range, I'll definitely look to pull it. And then NVIDIA, we're still in, looking good. We'll see what happens throughout the week, but appreciate you guys as always. Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and book a call, and I'll see you next week. Peace.